Tools that you will need are a square, a 2H pencil, a tenon saw or similar, a selection of sharp chisels, a combination gauge, mallet, tape measure, workpiece and a marking knife. Start by deciding which will be your face side and face edge, then mark these on each workpiece. Then find the middle of one workpiece by placing the other across one end and marking its width on the workpiece. Now measure from the longest side to the line that you have marked and divide by 2. Mark the resulting dimension in from one end, then place your workpiece on the line and mark its width. Square both lines across the timber and down each edge. And don't forget, the stock of your square must never leave the face side or the face edge. Next, mark the width of the workpiece on the end of the other workpiece. This will become the tenon section. Now square this line around the workpiece. Once again, the stock of your square must stay on the face edge or face side. Now set your gauge to the center of the workpiece thickness by slackening the stock screw and moving the stock either towards or away from the single pin until you think that the distance between the stock and the pin is equal to half the thickness of the workpiece. Then tighten the screw and put the stock against the face side and make a mark. Now put the stock against the other side and make a mark. If the two marks align, you're exactly in the center. If not, you will need to adjust the gauge until the marks do align. Once your gauge is correctly set, place the stock against the face side of the first workpiece and gauge a line between the two lines you previously marked. Do this on both edges. Then on the second workpiece, gauge from the shoulder line across the end and down to the other shoulder line. Once the marking out is complete, we can start to cut the joint. Begin with the housing, the first workpiece. Use a knife to score across the cutting lines, then use a saw to cut to the line and down to the gauge marks on both sides of the workpiece. Saw both cutting lines, then put some extra cuts between the cut lines in the waste area. This will make it easier to remove the waste. Use a chisel and mallet to remove the waste. Use the flat side of the chisel to check that the bottom of the housing is flat. Once the housing is complete, check the dimensions by test fitting the workpiece that will become the tenon section. Next, cut the tenon or tongue section. Often you will be shown to put the workpiece in the vise at an angle and cut from the top corner at an angle to the shoulder line and the other corner. For the purposes of this demonstration, I will have the workpiece upright in the vise. First cut from the far corner across the top and then down to the shoulder line. Then turn the workpiece around and repeat. When both sides are being cut, keep your saw horizontal and cut straight down to the shoulder line. This will remove the high part in the middle. Remove the workpiece from the vise and reposition it horizontal with the waist facing up. Then score the cut line and cut down to the gauge line with a saw. Once the waste has been removed, use a chisel to clean up areas that are not sufficiently accurate. Check the shoulder line by placing the other workpiece against it and adjust as necessary. Check that the tongue is the correct thickness, then gently press the parts together. Use your mallet to tap down the shoulder line. When you are happy that the joint is okay, glue up and then clean up when dry. When complete, your joint should look something like this.